Hi guys! I'm going to flip through this book with you today. You might recognise it a little bit because I have previously flipped through the other book in this series, which was the one where the alien queen was experiencing life aboard the Nostromo. It's very similar to that. There's no text, it's just pictures. So I thought I would just trace some outlines and just kind of discuss what's going on in each picture on each page. So this one is Jonesy, 9 Lives on the Nostromo. So it's about the ship's cat. Aboard the USCSS Nostromo, Jonesy leads a simple life, enjoying the company cat food and chasing space rodents, until one day his cryostasis cat nap is rudely interrupted. The humans have a new pet, and it's definitely not house trained. In space, no one can hear you meow. So I think these books are really good because, especially if you have like young kids who just like to look at the pictures, because it's a good way to get them interested in geeky stuff like quite early on. I love it. So let's start. Just skip the first few pages. They have a little introduction as well right here. So it begins with the deep, dark expanse of space. So this one is set out a little bit like a comic book, whereas the last book had one picture per page mainly. This one reads a little bit more comic book style. So you have the cryopods opening up, people waking up from their sleep, including Jonesy. He does the classic face hugging your human until you wake up, and Ripley wakes up and tries to remove him. Probably a little bit safer than the regular face huggers, but still just as annoying. So here is Jonesy scratching up the ship. Not sure what the ship is made of, but it seems pretty easily damaged. Not sure that's good for its structural integrity, but so he's on the hunt for some food, sniffing at something, but then realizing it's just coffee or something similar. Doesn't want that. Sniffing at a bowl, and then Ripley takes out the company cat food. But it doesn't seem like he's very interested in the cat food either. Gives it a sniff, gives it a try. Doesn't look like he's very interested. But he gets some scratches. So he's having a little explore of the ship, following someone down a ladder. He jumps down too and then gets stuck on the rungs of the ladder, but ends up being rescued again by Ripley and starts to follow the person that he began following. Gets some nice scratches. Does the classic of putting his bum in the person's face. And then gets blasted, which was not very nice of the man. So he's feeling pretty hard done by and sad. Starts to meow, trying to find something interesting to do, not really finding anything. Ooh, he finds a boot. Tries to put his face in the boot and gets stuck, giving him that classic ruffled face when he gets out. He just wants some attention and some nice food, I think. rubbing himself against the legs of the spacesuit, making cookies on a blanket. Then he gets startled by something. It's astronauts coming back in after being out in space. One of them drops a helmet onto his head, or just over him, and he gets stuck inside. He's having the worst day. Imagine waking up from cryosleep and all this rubbish starts happening to you. Okay, so he's trying to get by in his little helmet, and he gets stuck upside down, just laying in there, wondering what he's done to deserve this, and gets rescued by a mystery person, possibly Ripley, maybe somebody else. He's exhibiting so many classic cat behaviours. Here we have the paw under the door. Oh, he's in a medical examination room, and he finds a patient who has a face hugger attached. He's definitely getting in the way here. Keep getting up on the surfaces, and the doctor's telling him no. So he leaves grumpily until everyone starts to have a meeting. Then he gets back up, lays on the chest of the person who's afflicted. What's he doing here? Oh, I see. So the tail is starting to come unwound, which looks like it scares Jonesy. Oh, did we miss a page? No. He just left, staring out of the window, as they quite often do, but I don't think you'll see any birds. Finding a spot of sunshine to sleep in, although it's just light. This book is very cute. Stretching out his legs. Here he notices something on the floor, some liquid that creates a gap, a hole in the floor. This must be alien blood. Gives it a sniff. Luckily doesn't give it a lick. Does not like the smell. And is sick into the hole. So he's looking down. I'm not sure what he notices here, but everybody in the science examination room is talking, and they notice a hole in the ceiling, and down comes Jonesy's legs. He watches them for a while. He has his eye on the blanket. Oh, what a nice lap to sleep next to under his blanket. Looks like the guy with the face hugger has woken up and seems to be perfectly fine. I'm sure nothing untoward is going to happen to him at all. Ripley comes and takes Jonesy away. And it's back to his usual antics, exploring the ship, getting into tight spaces, sleeping until he hears a scream and bursts out of his space like a chest burster. Looks like this guy has had the little alien burst out of him. Jonesy comes into contact with it, thinks it's some sort of prey, and begins chasing it angrily down the halls until he loses sight, can't find it anymore. Still just hunting for his prey, leaving little scratches on the window by the looks of things. Unless that's something outside. What is that? Searching high and low. I love his little face, so cute. Finding a chain, playing with the chain briefly, and then something catches his eye. He's in the pounce position. There it is. So he pounces, seems to get hold of it, bite it. Surely he's killed the thing. But somebody sees him, tries to grab him, and it looks like he's lost the little thing. Jumps up through a hatch. Shouts for attention. You can see Ripley and her colleagues see something in the dark with teeth and glowing eyes, but it turns out to just be Jonesy. Gives him a little lick. A fire has broken out. It singes his tail. And he happens to see another tail. Goes down to the little pounce maneuver. Wiggles his bum. And jumps, catching the tail, not quite realizing what it is that he's caught until it disappears through a door. Jonesy's throwing himself around and being sick. I'm not sure I quite understand the full storyline here. Playing around with some toys. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, he finds a captain's chair, or at least a commander chair. Some paper notes, the astronaut helmet, which he knocks off. And now he's just comfortably sitting, having a little lick, when all of a sudden that kind of de-escalated quickly. I feel like the alien's just there, like hissing, and then all of a sudden Ripley's in the room and the alien's left. I guess you can't ever kill off the cat. So Ripley's pushing him into a stasis box, maybe, or a transportation box. I guess by now they probably know that something's on the ship, want to keep him safe. So there he is, going crazy in the box, biting his own tail. That face is so cute. And along comes the alien, who actually seems to set him free. Maybe he recognizes that he's also a creature, a bit like themselves. Or maybe he didn't set him free. No, he just said hi, I guess. They just came face to face. Because he's still trapped in his box, with Ripley trying to protect him. There she goes, putting him into stasis, but the alien is still there, lurking in the shadows. They open the hatch and it gets sucked out into space. Jonesy, meanwhile, is completely oblivious, just having a little tongue bath. And it seems as if they have saved the day. So Jonesy begins to wail to be let out. Ripley opens the door to let him out, and he sits on her lap, curling up for a sleep. The end. That's very cute. I think I liked the first one better because it made me laugh. It had a lot more kind of little funny bits in it and pictures of the alien queen doing things you wouldn't expect. This one was more like a kind of day in the life of Jonesy, but I think it's still sweet to give to a kid to get them into the kind of alien franchise from a really young age. What do you think? I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.